Here's what happened last time on our New York City break. We went ice skating at the Central Park ice rink, we watched the Harlem Globetrotters basketball, and an early birthday surprise for Angie at the Hard Rock Cafe. Now get ready for a long day of exercise, it's day 4. Well, morning everyone, day number 4 of our New York City break. This has been going really quick, hasn't it? It has been snowing last night as well, and we are expecting this one is going to be a very long day. We've got to get our walking shoes out ready, get ourselves warm, because we've got a lot on today. Here's what we've got in store. Day 4 will see us cross the Brooklyn Bridge before getting on a ferry that will take us along to Liberty Island, where we will be exploring the Statue of Liberty. Afterwards, we'll head back into Manhattan and we'll check out the One World Observatory. But firstly, to get there, we need to get the subway to Brooklyn Bridge, so let's get over there now. So we're now getting a ride on the newer underground trains running on the Sea Line, which will take us along to High Street in Brooklyn, where we'll be alighting for the Brooklyn Bridge crossover. So welcome back to Brooklyn, as we're just exiting the High Street Underground station, and we can just see the Manhattan Bridge just up ahead. We crossed that bridge the other day, but that's not the bridge that we're crossing today, as we're going to the other bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge. I mean, we already had breakfast at the hotel room, so let's go to the actual Brooklyn Bridge, which I believe I can just see it up ahead. And there it is in the distance, the Brooklyn Bridge, which will be crossing over very shortly. But right after, we checked out the small little town called Dumbo, famously known as Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. A popular iconic photo shot for tourists, and we'll shortly get dinner before we carry on. So there guys, that is our time here spent at a little town called Dumbo with the Manhattan Bridge. Just looking behind there, we just stopped by to get some food before crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, which is on that side over there. We'll be crossing over the bridge in just a few moments time. So it is finally time to cross the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's see what great views we'll get crossing this bridge today. On the opposite side is the Manhattan Bridge. We crossed that same bridge on the Q train yesterday. And there it is again. The Statue of Liberty can be seen from up here. We'll be checking that out later today. Also on the bridge, you can buy certain products for the great price of just $5. I decided to get one of these new hats, but what colour? Well guys, we're currently halfway through crossing Brooklyn Bridge. We stopped by for a few minutes as we finally got another purchase. A new New York green and black hat. Anyway, let's continue. Then we cross this part of the bridge with a lot of hair bubbles and padlocks attached. And just like that, we are now back over in Manhattan, just this downhill slope now, and we're back on the main city streets. There we go then guys, we have officially just crossed the Brooklyn Bridge. Around half an hour ago, we was all the way back over at the Brooklyn stage, and here we are. 30 minutes later, we are now back in Manhattan. Still to come though, we will be checking out the Statue of Liberty and the One World Observatory. So we've now made it to Battery Park. It feels like it's been a long walk so far, but we're not finished just yet. Wow, that felt like a long walk, hasn't it? We started our walking journey all the way back at High Street in Brooklyn, crossed over the bridge, and it turns out we have just made it to the Battery, aka Battery Park, where very shortly we're going to be jumping on a ferry and we're going to be heading over to the Statue of Liberty. we're getting closer and closer to the Statue of Liberty over there. We'll be heading over there in just a few moments, whilst we are now waiting for our ferry that will take us towards the Statue of Liberty.
It hasn't been long since we got ourselves through security, and it looks like our city cruise has just arrived from Liberty Island. So this will be ours towards the Statue of Liberty. Let's climb on board. We were lucky to get some available seats up on the top deck as we're now leaving Battery Park, heading towards Liberty Island. And look who is back from their hiatus. The Seagull makes a grand return. It's funny how the Seagull is travelling at the exact same pace as the City Cruise is. Anyways, we're now getting closer to the Liberty Island as we can now see the Statue of Liberty just in front of us now.
That boat ride felt like it didn't last long at all, hasn't it? I know, calm down. We've literally just been in the store and I thought I'd wear it for the sake of it. But anyways, you've now joined us on Liberty Island, and in a few moments we're going to be heading over to the Statue of Liberty. We've got an hour here, so let's explore the island while we're at it.
So this is it then. It's now time to go inside and go up the Statue of Liberty all the way to the top of the crown. So we're now inside, and to get to the viewing deck we need to either walk up the stairs or wait for the elevator.
Okay people, you got a 5-10 minute walk, or you got to add the elevator, 20 minutes.
Well, the elevator is already here, so we thought we'd get inside and go up halfway to the viewing deck on the
Everybody's going to be able to look out onto the outdoor observation deck right there, get a beautiful 360-degree view of New York Harbor.
So after coming out of the elevator and 26 more steps later, we have now made it to the observation deck. And as we look up, that is where we'll be going up to in just a few moments. But before we get ready to go up the spiral staircase, we'll have a few moments checking out these incredible New York views on the observation deck. Now it's time. We are ready to climb the 162 spiral staircase all the way to the top of the Statue of Liberty crown. It's going to be quite tiring, but we're going to make it, I'm sure.
90 steps to go. We've already done 72. Okay. Yeah, good maths. Let's continue.
It's a long way down from here. Don't drop the phone. And looks like we can see daylight, and that means we have officially made it to the very top of the Statue of Liberty. We're in the crown now. We are approximately 260 foot high up from the ground level. Look at that view of Manhattan and Brooklyn.
Honestly, I can't feel my back. We have literally walked 162 steps from the halfway mark all the way to the top of the Statue of Liberty's head. It won't be long until we have to walk all the way back down.
When you look up and you see you can obviously see a crown, I imagine it to be really big. I know. I expected it to be like you walk around and it to be like
Well, that was our short time on top of the crown, and now it's time to head all the way back down to the observation deck. No elevators, just 162 steps to go.
no, fine, could you again?
Oh, you can, I ain't, but we have just finished coming back down from the top of the crown.
Honestly, I am absolutely exhausted. We have literally just went all the way to the top of the Statue of Liberty crown. We've got some great views as well, but it was quite exhausting walking up and down those stairs. But in a short moment, we're going to be heading back down to the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, and then we'll be heading back over towards Manhattan, where we're going to be doing the One World Observatory.
So that will be it from the observation deck on the Statue of Liberty, as we're now going to head back down the staircase as we head towards the exit.
These also, you see how old the statue was.
No.
So we've just came out of the exit from the Statue of Liberty, and just before we leave Liberty Island, we decided to do one game of Uno flipping around New York with the Statue of Liberty right behind us.
Record there, Ange. Record there, Ange.
I can't hold them all.
Yes, Sam. Here, come on.
Am I go?
Yes.
I won!
So after game number 7, Milo has took the championship at Liberty Island.
Annoyed how I can't win a game of Uno Flip on a holiday. It's ridiculous, but it's now time to say goodbye to Miss Liberty, as we're now going to get the ferry back over to Manhattan, as we will shortly be going up the One World Observatory.
So we are the final passengers to board the ferry from Liberty Island, as we're now going to be heading back over to Manhattan on the city cruise. Let's say goodbye to the Statue of Liberty and we will continue. We're now going to take this short moment to think about all of those people whose lives has been lost in the 9/11 attacks on September the 11th, 2001. The two pools around the area were where the Twin Towers was originally located, one of the world's tallest buildings, until they were destroyed by two planes crashing into them.
It's hard to believe it has been 24.5 years ago since these awful attacks has happened. We thought about coming down here to pay our respects for those people. Since we have just checked out the 9/11 Memorial, I think it's time now to head over to the One World Observatory.
So we're now going to be going up our next skyscraper, which is the One World Observatory, but we're going to take a different entrance, as we're going to go via the World Trade Center Westfield Shopping Center. So whilst we continue walking down towards the One World Observatory, we came by one of America's finest Dunkin' Donuts, but we'll grab a snack while we're here. A chocolate sprinkle donut will do just the job.
Oh, we're at the entrance already. We've just been having a little wander around the Westfield, and it looks like we're already getting into the entrance for the World One Observatory. Let's get ourselves inside.
And there it is, the One World Observatory. Another tall skyscraper with a fast elevator ride up to level 102 waiting in the wings. And there it is, the elevators. One quick toilet break and we're going to go 102 floors up to the observation deck. And the elevators, wait until you see them. Let's go up.
Over 1,000 feet now.
Welcome to One World Observatory.
Level 102, 1,000 feet high up from the ground level, and wait until you see the great views of New York from up here. Firstly, we got ourselves a little pre-show which you can record, and in less than 2 minutes, these walls will open up and you'll see New York for miles on the 102nd floor. Probably the best entrance you'll ever witness. Let's check this out.
Where a spectacular 360-degree view of the city awaits directly below you.
check out those sparkling sights of New York. Also to mention that this is higher than the Empire State Building.
Look how small the Statue of Liberty looks. It looks literally like a toy Barbie.
Honestly, it feels like you just want to sit up here for hours or days to come. And that red building in the distance, that over there is the Empire State Building. We've been there a couple of days ago. Just before we came down here to the observation deck, we've been given these iPads which shows the major buildings and attractions when you're pointing your camera towards them. Down at the bottom is Manhattan Bridge, and right next to it is the Brooklyn Bridge from earlier.
Honestly, you just can't take your eyes off those views. From 100 floors up, you get some of the best views of New York from this ferry tower. Right, let's go get ourselves a snack from the cafe up here on the observation deck.
So up one floor to level 101, where we're just going to grab a drink from the One World Cafe, and also play another edition of Uno Flipping Around New York, this time on the One World Observatory observation deck.
Oh, we're flipping it there.
Flip over to the dark side. The first card is an orange draw 5. Make that a draw 10. Sorry, Milo.
That's a blow Milo, isn't it? What are you doing there? It's purple, you joke.
Sorry, but we're on the light side, not the dark side.
You know what? But back to you, Uno. Hope you pass it on.
Honestly, this has been the closest I've been to winning a game of Uno Flip on this city break. And yes, I still haven't won. And I made 3 out of 3 now. Now let's try and get Alan up from the floor. Call your head then.
Honestly, we're not going to get a view like this again in the morning, because when we wake up it will be our last official day here in New York, and we certainly had a fantastic time exploring all of the major attractions and going up the skyscrapers and riding the subways. Everything that we've done has been absolutely fantastic from start to finish, and it's a shame that it's ending soon. But right now we're currently coming to an end from our visit here at the One World Observatory, as in a very short moment we're going to be getting the lift back down to the ground level, and we'll be going for our finals night dinner at the Jamie Gallagher pub.
So that was our final view of New York 100 floors up, as we're now getting the elevator back down.
Oh, it is. With your fingers, Milo, please.
Thank you for visiting One World Observatory.
What an incredible finale and experience at the One World Observatory. Definitely one not to be forgotten. And it's now time for our final night's dinner at the Jamie Gallagher's bar, home to Liverpool legend Jamie Gallagher himself. So we've just gotten our tables, and just before the food arrives, we're going on a little tour around this bar. This was a nice touch on the mirror, the "You'll Never Walk Alone" logo. Well, it looks like dinner has just arrived, so let's get tucked in while we're at it.
Come here.
Guys,
what a day.
It has certainly been a long one, that is for sure. We've been out the hotel room all day doing a lot of walking exercises and checking out all of the major attractions, but tomorrow is going to be our last day before we are getting our flight back to Manchester Airport. So as we're now leaving the carriages, we'll leave you until the next morning. Until then, good night.
Still to come on our New York City break, a dining experience you might have never seen before. Alan walks into a Man United bar and it's express bound to JFK Airport. Still lots more on its way on our New York City break.